Alright, hello, Silver here, and today I've got a gameplay of Terrorblade, also known as Terrorbad and Scary Knife. And I happened to random him this game. I've been playing him a lot recently. He's one of two new heroes in the game, so I've been playing him a lot. And I just happened to random him, which I was really excited about, because it means I get to start a bit of a different build, more items, better stats early on, and so on. I think I get a Wraith Band and normal regen and stuff. And just as a preface for this game,
30 seconds to battle.
I'm playing with my friends on Ancient Apparition and Slardar, and the two randoms in this game are Pudge and Legion Commander. And just a few things to note about them. You'll notice I go top solo with Terrorblade, and normally it's not done. Normally you go safe lane and you just farm, but two things were going on. First of all, I forgot about the unspoken rule in Dota 2, where even if Pudge picks last, Pudge always gets mid. I forgot about that rule, as did my friend who picked Ancient Apparition planning to go mid. So they duo mid for a while, which is bad. And Legion Commander had the great idea that jungling at level 1 is just, you know, too much of a hassle. So she's going to sit in lane till level 3, upon which she'll, you know, peruse the jungle. So I wanted nothing to do with either of them, so I just went solo top. And it turned out to be a good thing because I'm against an Ursa. We're both melee, and we can kind of farm. So already this game was kind of crazy. I couldn't really rely on my teammates. And as you'll see later, this isn't the kind of Pudge that like makes up for all the bad stuff he says and, you know, does, you know, by playing well or being a nice person. No, he's the kind of Pudge you really only hear about. It's the Pudge that you never want to play with. The Pudge that has limited understanding of game mechanics and a language barrier to add on. Also, okay, so skill build. Although I think something's going to happen right here. You can see me and Ursa go one-on-one. So Ursa's a really good level 1 or 2 fighter, but not as good as Terrorblade, especially when I have extra stats. That Wraith Band was probably one of the deciders. Plus, a lot of people underestimate Terrorblade because of Metamorphosis here. It's such a good spell early. You get extra bonus damage, and you're ranged. It's pretty crazy. You can also dodge stuff during the transformation time. But anyways, normally on Terrorblade I start my Reflection just because it gives you the most potential. It's really Terrorblade's only CC. And then I get either Metamorphosis or Conjure Image. Typically Metamorphosis because you want to get this as soon as possible. This is kind of like your ultimate, if you got to think about it that way. It's a really long cooldown, and it's crazy damage. So you want to max this first. You want to use it as, you know, whenever you're in trouble or whenever you think you can get a kill. It can often turn around ganks. But the powerful thing about it is because you can get it right at level 1. So Terrorblade is really good for level 1 ganks. If you can have teammates that provide some sort of CC, you could typically get first blood on him. And then the other spell, Conjure Image, you kind of get later. This is just something that makes you a really good illusion hero. They get a percentage of your damage, which is also part of Metamorphosis. So if I was to use Conjure Image right now, it'd make a melee form of me, but if I'm Metamorphosis, I create a ranged hero. So I don't know, there's a lot of stuff you can do with it. And then Sunder, you'll see later, is probably my favorite part about him, which just makes him so much fun and the skill cap's so high on him, I guess. But yeah, here was a bit of a weird lane, like in Ursa. But I don't know, it's not a problem for me. Terrorblade also has a few cool things. So I have one of the highest base armors in the game. So level 1 fighting, especially against like a melee hero like Ursa, he was just destined to lose. And I've got pretty good at base attack time as well. Also, for those who don't know, Terrorblade is an agility hard carry. He's especially a hard carry because of Reflection, which does damage based on the enemies. It creates a mirror image, an illusion of the enemy that attacks them. So you're kind of like an anti-carry as well as a carry. So You'll see a lot of that later. And part of the reason I wanted to do this... Oh, and I completely missed this gank. You'll see. My friend called top, but that he was coming top, but Pudge was stealing the courier from people, so I completely missed it. But the reason I kind of want to do this video is because Terrorblade's been out for a while now, like several weeks, if not like coming on a month or so. I haven't really paid attention, but in total, besides me and my friends, I've seen one Terrorblade in my game, and he ended up rage quitting because he had a really bad start and had no items. So and here I just slow Ursa, spawn an illusion, and what I should have been doing here was attack moving, and I didn't, and so he just happened to be fast enough that I can't, you know, kill him. And he was smart to use his salve. I think I might have killed him if I didn't. But if you saw what I did there, you slow him with your Q. I used Metamorphosis to get the damage, and he slowed, so he can't really chase after me. I can kind of step back and get out of melee range. And then I created an image that does damage and kind of confuses him. You're not sure who's the real hero anymore. So Ursa cannot 1v1 me at this point, especially after feeding me a kill. It got me the Ring of Aquila. It's pretty easy at this point. Also, take the opportunity during Metamorphosis to conjure as many images as possible. Terrorblade is really good at pushing for, you know, like these two reasons. So just keep spawning images. They will even stay ranged as long as, you know, you spawn them when you are ranged. So here I go, getting some attacks on the tower. But yeah, I just want to do this, you know, commentary because I see so few people playing him, and yet he's probably the most fun carry I've ever played. So I'd like to almost see more of him in games. It's odd that some new heroes are just played constantly, like Legion Commander is like a crowd favorite, but Terrorblade and Phoenix see very little play. And I don't have Metamorphosis here, but that doesn't mean I still can't kite him. Ursa still thinks he can fight me, but he cannot. And yeah, so my friend playing the Ancient Apparition, he ended up realizing that the duo mid just was not going to work. So he moved on, and he's helping the gank. I can't remember. I believe we get this. I think I dive for it.
I join.
That was nice.
The wild spirit.
So unfortunately, you should try to time, if you're gonna get any ganks, try to time it with Metamorphosis, because Metamorphosis almost guarantees the kill. Now I'm not sure why I Metamorphosis here, but I did, and somehow managed to walk out. I'm still confused as to how they didn't kill me there. But I would not have normally. I should not have done that Metamorphosis. So I don't know. It's not like a huge loss for me, but you should typically try to time ganks with Metamorphosis because the damage increase often guarantees the kills, and the fact that you're ranged too. So when me and my friend on the Ancient Apparition, we should have timed it better. And also, if you guys haven't noticed, so yeah, Pudge is successfully stolen mid, and Legion Commander's still in lane, so I'm really glad I did not go bottom. It was like a horrible idea of a tri-lane, and she ended up, I guess, not jungling, so I'm really glad I went top. Even though I still recommend Terrorblade being played in a safe farming position. So Anchor Smash is a bit annoying early just because the damage reduction, but beyond that it's not a huge problem. Ursa keeps thinking he can fight me, and then this keeps happening.
Can't bear my corpse. I
And then that was really dumb, and I'll have to explain it for those who don't know. Sunder swaps health, and obviously there's like a base maximum HP or minimum HP that you can swap them to, but I don't know why, but I thought he had more health than he did, and so I swapped and ended up having the same amount of health. And then what happens is I get in some trouble here. Not only do I not have enough mana, but now I can't Sunder. So I do end up getting the kill for this because of creeps, but I end up dying, and I did not need to.
That was immoral.
So I don't know. It is what it is. I'm still off to a good start. I'm 4-1, and they're having to send multiple people top, if you noticed, just to deal with me, and they start sending even more. Also, typically you should be on Agi Power Treads just because it gives you extra armor, it gives you extra attack speed and damage since you're an agility hero, but I think Terrorblade's #1 problem, like his biggest weakness, is that he is very low strength early on. So I typically sit on strength treads just because you want that raw HP. Also, you gotta watch this play here. So I knew Ursa was gonna try to slow. He still thinks he can fight me, so I just dodged the slow, and then I pull my combo off. And here I still didn't do the attack move, but I started moving a bit quicker, and I managed to get the auto attack off that I need. But you can see how bursty he is. That was a Lycan and an Ursa, and they couldn't do anything to me. And I managed to kill Ursa through it all. And so here again, Tide, you know, thinking he can fight me. It's just, they ended up sending 4 top, so... And Sunder was not off cooldown yet. I still had 5 seconds, so I ended up dying again. Kind of unfortunate. But at least I'm creating space for the rest of my team, hopefully, because at this point, them having to send 4 people top consistently just to deal with me means that other lanes, you know, will have one or none, one or no
Radiant's
people.
middle tower is under attack.
Nice. This was a good play here.
Radiant's middle tower
The
is
combo
under
there
attack.
was pretty good. I think he still ends up getting out, which is crazy, but... Also, I've played a bit of Phoenix. I'm not sure how many of you guys have played either hero. You can write in the comments what your experiences with them are. I've found both of them to be, like, the best 2 heroes we've seen in a while. I thoroughly enjoy playing both of them, just because their styles are completely different than anything else in the game. So I'm really excited for the fact that 2 new heroes. So. And so here you can kind of see the power of pushing down towers after that goes down. But yeah, it was an easy kill on Tide here. The moment the minus armor comes up, we shred him.
Around my neck.
And here we take the tower.
Dire's top tower.
And as you'll see how powerful Sunder is in a second. It is the key to this upcoming play. What's happening in a second. As you can see again, they're sending 3 top with a 4th on the way, Invoker. And so here, that was not the Sunder I had in mind. But anyways, you can see the damage there. Again, it must be a Sunder later on, but you can see how sometimes getting really low health and swapping for full HP is absolutely like impossible to deal with for some people. My favorite's against like a Bloodseeker, right? He ults you, you just keep running and he's chasing you and you're getting lower and lower health, and then you Sunder and then you just kill him. So it's really cool. You'll see it way better later on. Early I kind of was just getting used to it. And so the first item I decided to go for beyond Treads and Aquila is I go for Sanjin Yasha. There's lots of things you can do. Because he's an illusion hero, you could go Manta Style. Manta Style's a really good item on him, but for me you need kind of the raw HP that see, I wasn't sure if this was a good idea here. I kind of regretted it after I went in, but I was also kind of baiting here for teammates to come in hopefully. But I typically go Sanj and Yasha on Terrorblade just because you get raw HP, you get raw agility, and, you know, like the stats that come with it, like the movement speed and so on. It kind of depends what you're aiming for. I had a feeling I was going to have to carry my team throughout, like, early, mid, and late game. So I thought, okay, Sanj and Yasha is just really good early, mid-game stats, and then I can get some more serious items after. If you know you're going to get free farm till like 30 minutes or 25 minutes even, go for that Manta. It's honestly like a better late-game item. It's just if you know you're going to have to start fighting earlier, like as is typical in pubs now with the 5-man strat, go for Sanj and Yasha. I think it's way better. And here I was really looking to fight. So I think this might be where the Sunder comes. Not sure. That one was still pretty bad. I'm still making Sunder mistakes.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Wow.
attack.
I thought it was a lot
Radiant's
better than it
middle tower has
was,
fallen.
but you'll see. So this is where I kind of realized how bad as a team we were kind of performing. It was 9-9, but I can't remember how many kills I have. What is it here? I have 7 of my team's 9 kills. At one point in time, I had all of them, and you'll see Pudge here in a second. This Pudge is absolutely horrible. Like I'm not sure what he's doing. He just walked through 2 enemies to do who knows what, and then he hooks this illusion. So
Radiant's
yeah,
middle tower is under attack.
yeah, it's really cool, and his build is really good at 15 minutes as well. So it's kind of frustrated at my team, but you know, what can you do?
Tower is under attack.
I'm not sure why Tide backed off here. I thought I was gonna have him here, but alas. So I decided to go to another lane. Not sure why exactly. I just saw it as an open lane and I wanted to farm. Again, they're starting to rotate to counter me here, so I just have to be kind of conscious of that. We didn't really have any wards up either to be prepared for it. But I just started to see more and more people on the map, so we completely backed off. Now, at this point in time, so typically Terrorblade is laned in the safe farming zone, right? But there is a way you can jungle Terrorblade. I've never done it yet. I haven't kind of perfected it just by microing illusions properly. I think it's pretty weak early, but at this point in time, if you have 4 levels or 3 levels into Conjure Image, you can jungle really, really easily. Like, I almost recommend it. If you're at all thinking you're behind, you definitely gotta just jungle. So here, Metamorphosis, and I just start fighting. Look at the complete damage output is insane. And there's lots of stuff I could do here. I could have sundered my illusion. You can actually get health back from your illusion, but I saw Darkseer at full health, so I kill Tide, sunder, and that's a way better sunder. And triple kill. So that's how it should be done. Metamorphosis is crazy damage. I've got images of me that are also doing 60% of my damage, and then the sunder just to make sure I can still keep fighting. And again, so for builds on Terrorblade, you can go many different ways. Like it's all up in the air. It's kind of what you choose to build. You kind of want to go stats though, kind of the same way you build PL or Spectre. So, but you also have to keep in mind that you switch between melee and range. So things like a Basher don't really make sense. So it'd be way better to get something like a Butterfly, Eye of Scotty, Manta Style, things like that. Lincoln Sphere, just things that kind of give you really good base stats as well as kind of buffs here and there. So as you see, so those are some of the items I'm going to go for here. Next, I think I planned going Butterfly. Just to deal with the Lycan and the Ursa. I heard Pudge land that, so I come over here to help him. Kind of kept losing vision, but this guy's not going to get out at this point.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And if we look at it, it's a 60% slow level 1, so this is a very, very powerful slow.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Definitely
Radiant's bottom
use it a
tower
lot.
has fallen.
It doesn't even cost you a lot of mana, although your base mana isn't super high on Terrorblade.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And I guess one of my favorite things about Terrorblade, I showed earlier like how well you can push, is if you are in the safe farming role, typically you only have like one laning opponent or sometimes even none because they just kind of start to roam. One of my favorite things about Terrorblade is if they leave you alone, you just start pushing towers. Many games I've played, I've pushed all the way to racks really early on in the game simply because people just don't come to my lane, and when they do, I get my team to TP support, and then we just, you know, team fight and we kill them. So he's a really good like solo laner if you can give him kind of the space. But he doesn't do super well against burst, so anyone who's got high nuke damage level 1 and any minus armor makes you really, really weak. And here I accidentally like microed my illusion just by having it not follow me, and they thought it was me, and so Lycan ulted, so I was pretty happy about that. It's a big mistake on his part. And so here I buy TP Scroll, I'm planning on fighting, and I also buy Talisman of Evasion. The sooner I get the evasion up, the sooner I can start dodging attacks from Ursa, Lycan, and even Invoker. It's pretty hard. And I heard Ursus, you roar there, so that's why I looked and I pinged, but he had already taken it. So I'm just waiting, see if anyone on our team can initiate. Also trying to bait out with the illusions. At certain points in the game, your illusions become so strong that teams like actually need to use spells on them. Like, you'll be surprised. I've seen people have to do some crazy things just to survive getting attacked by my illusions. Here, use Metamorphosis again. I was just trying to get some space because I was starting to lose health, and I'm completely out of mana because of the EMP by Invoker, so I can't sunder anybody, so that was a big problem. And now I'm just running for my life. So I'm not even sure how I'm this fast. I am incredibly fast. But Sanjin Yasha plus Treads, I'm moving very, very fast.
Dire's top tower is under
And
attack.
here I'm just juking. I bought a TP scroll, but I don't have enough mana to use the scroll yet. And he gets completely blocked in by creeps and gives up. And if you can see on the minimap, their teammates were trying to cut me off. So it is a really good thing that I TP out. If I tried to run home, would not have made it. So that was not a horrible team fight for us. I ended up picking off Tide, so I got a kill, got some more gold. But that was really bad. If they had killed me there, it would not have been worth it. So, but keep in mind you can make plays like that. Buying TP scrolls at the side shop and just TPing out. It's saved my bacon many times. Look at some game stats. I think I ended up just kind of jungling and stuff for a while. I really did want a team fight, but some of their guys were really, really strong heroes. Like Lycan and Ursa are often people that just carry games really, really hard and almost uncontested, so I didn't want that to be the case. I wanted to really shut them down as much as possible.
He's no more. Oh, Sloth alive!
So let's look at some of the stats. I think I'm just going to be jungling at this point anyways. Yeah. So kill deaths with assists. So see, even Lycan's got quite a few kills right now. I just wanted to make sure he gets completely shut down. Last hits denies. I had an odd lane, so I don't know, 83 I wouldn't say is very, very good, but for kind of the laning circumstance I had, it's pretty good. If I'd had safe farm, I'd have much more than that. Hero level, this makes sense. XP per minute, I've done a good job of that. And I was in a solo lane. Current gold doesn't even matter. Net worth, and see, yeah, that's the problem. Doesn't mean I can't out carry him. I think because he's a strength hero, I am a harder carry than him, being agility, because I also have armor. But you know, just better safe than sorry. I want to shut him down as much as possible. And the yeah, net worth just because he's got a higher gold per minute.
Regeneration.
That's that. We can look at some of these ones too. I actually really like the graphs. Kind of shows a lot. So we are winning in XP, but it's kind of been all over the place, and it is not by much. Gold's a lot more in our favor in total, so that's good. And here I was planning on fighting this, but he backed off, which is smart, because if she had ult off cooldown, I can check. Yeah, she did. If she had ulted and the taunt for that duration, we would have killed him.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And I remember this fight. This fight was kind of crazy. Just watch it as it happens. So metamorphosis immediately, create an illusion. Now it kind of creates some confusion as well as a lot of damage to start off with. And here I went kind of all in on Invoker, but he went Invis, which is kind of troubling. And my team had to completely back off. If you can see, I'm all on my own, but I still have Sunder up. So my goal was to see if I could kill Darkseer. I couldn't, so I switched to Lycan. I Sunder, I kill him. Kill Tide next. And then I switched to Invoker in time to get my reflection off cooldown. And I chase him. He Yules, doesn't matter. I just created an illusion, and he's dead. I almost get Darkseer here too. So that is the power of Terrorblade. So close. If I got even one more attack off, I would have killed him. Oh, I should have gone uphill. I thought he was fast, and he would have got away. But yeah, that's the power of Terrorblade. My whole team backed off there. It was solo there, but there was absolutely nothing they could do to stop me. And here you can just see the power of the push. I have enough for my Eagle Song. I'm really close to getting Butterfly, and then I'm just going to be harder and harder to kill. So the key there, I guess, was I didn't panic Sunder like I did before, trying to grab, you know, just some easy HP. I waited until, like, it was a reasonable time. And Sunder has kind of a long cast. It can be interrupted by stuns and whatnot, but as long as you kind of know there's no huge CC on you, you can kind of risk it.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
So here we go. Sundered again just to get full HP. And here we're having some problems. The reason you'll just see me kind of like sitting here not really paying attention. I was trying to get the courier to go to the secret shop and bring me my butterfly, but Pudge just kept stealing it. So I just kind of sit here AFK until I can get my stuff. I should have had more of my items in that team fight, but Pudge kept derailing the courier, so. That's the other thing. His Q also has a very short range and a very long cast time. For like a slow, it's not instant. So you got to keep that in mind. Sometimes it can be very frustrating to get CC locked down on people just because if they have any sort of escape, force staff, or whatnot, you're not going to get the cast off in time. Centaur Stomp. And I wanted to take Roche soon too. We were kind of keeping an eye on it because they've got an Ursa, and he managed to get it once. Didn't want him to get it again, but this time we wanted it. So there we go, I got my butterfly. I decided to go for BKB next. I just did not want any CC on me. I just completely, you know, like not have to deal with Invoker or anyone, so. I didn't even realize Ursa was chasing me through this.
Dire's middle
I think he was
tower is
looking
under
for a good
attack.
opportunity, but he didn't get it. And so here I show the power of the push. I don't know if I metamorphosis yet. Oh, I do here. Okay. So Lycan's their most powerful target. We put the minus armor on him, and then I just go to town on him completely. Although I end up letting him get away. I don't know why I go for Ursa first. But you can see how hard I'm hitting right now. Even my illusions are hitting very, very hard. They've got a ward outside their base there. It's a little odd. You also have to be careful because you're an illusion-based hero. Other people that have illusion-based spells like Morphling Ult or the Darkseer Wall, you just have to be careful. Those illusions hit hard. Like I have seen my illusions kill my own team simply because they're just so strong. And there I sunder again, so I'm back to full health, still keeping in the fight. Pudge and Legion Commander managed to pick off Lycan, and so I just go for the towers.
Middle barracks.
So one of the cool things is even though you're a late game carry, if you've got items like this, you can still push really hard as long as your team's kind of there to back you up. So taking in early racks was really, really effective. It just kind of like sets the stage. It's a lot harder for them to come back at this point. And I think we might go for Roshan soon.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The minus armor always helps taking Rosh.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And then here I realized I didn't even have the recipe for the BKB, so I had to go wait for that to come again.
Dire's bottom tower.
So yeah, I wanted to see how this happens. So Ursa comes in Viz and tries to steal it. I didn't even have inventory space for it, so thankfully one of my friends picked it up, and then we just kind of went to town on them. Yeah, they tried. They did well. It wasn't a bad attempt by any means, but we just have to be faster. And then here you can kind of see the power of Terrorblade. So I see Lycan there, TP in, Metamorphosis. I slow and then I Metamorphosis. And then I create a replicant of myself, and easy. And I'm pretty sure most people that are watching this, you've seen Lycans in games that absolutely just destroy teams. And so Terrorblade is a really good kind of counter to all that. You know, he's like any, really hard carry. You start to do well, you do really, really well. Here again, another kill. Just get the slow on him, easy kill. So I got my BKB at this point, which is pretty good, because now there's no CC like Tidehunter ult. I wasn't sure why I didn't use my BKB in this fight. Like, I didn't use it at all. Which makes no sense to me. I kind of lost where I was, but I managed to still kill Ursa. And then Ty doesn't pay attention to where he is. I kill him too. But I should have used my BKB. It kind of confuses me as to why. And then that Sunder was just for fun. My friend actually had the Aegis, which was pretty funny, and I still sundered him to full health. I don't know why, but I felt like doing it. You can do a lot of funny stuff like that too. I've saved teammates. I've also gotten my friends killed by sundering at random times. That was insane damage. Also, one cool thing about his reflection, just as a final note before we win this game,
Dire's ancient
is that
under
the reflection
attack.
has free pathing. It can walk over any building in the game, and it has like fastest movements to be in the game. So it could chase down even a lichen. I don't know. It might not keep up the slow because it has to attack the person to do the slow, but it can follow somebody. And so sometimes if you get this reflection off, and you have an invis hero like a Ricky or a bounty hunter or so on, you can still see them for the time being. Just little tips you kind of learn along the way. But that's Terrorblade, Scary Knife, Terrabad. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys try him out. He's one of the best new heroes added to this game. He definitely deserves a chance to be played. I think you guys have a lot of fun with him. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. See you guys next time.